My name is Lisa Page. I have 3 children. One is a 9th grader. I have another that's a 6th grader. I'm here because I understand that you are going to consider calendar changes for this year, or even in general. I would like to express my opposition to any kind of a change in the start date for Indian River County schools. I am very unclear as to why a change is being discussed by the calendar committee now, or even being considered with a statute that's already in place that basically is asking you, or has been, brought up to save our summers. Why are we looking to apply for this waiver when everyone can accomplish their goals? We have a golden opportunity here for everyone. I've heard parents say, when I've said, well, why are they doing this? Why are they considering, changing this? Oh, well, the teachers and some of the parents, the high school students, the students need to take their exams. Well, I know that our schools have in the past started late and taken exams before winter break. There was a waiver that they applied for. It's a little extra work on the schools to make the scheduling work out proper, and some assessments, but the SAC committees agreed to do it. The schools did it. They had their exams before winter break. So the students that find it a lot easier to take them got what they wanted. The parents then also got what they wanted by having their students just to them for winter break and not worrying about studying. And then they also have their kids for the summer.
Our final speaker is Brooks Robinson. How appropriate that you're our final speaker.
My name is Brooks Robinson. I'm her son. I attend River Beach High School. Abraham Lincoln once said, the better part of every man's education is that in which he gives himself. Unfortunately, though, the proposed early start date could greatly affect a large amount of that time, in which students use it to get summer jobs, participate in extracurricular camps and activities, and spend time with their friends and family. First, the ramifications on our local economy. Many students my age during the summer get jobs to provide for their own personal expense money or to pay for family things like gas, car insurance, food, and travel. Some even get jobs to help pay for college down the road. However, if we move the start date up, it'll steal 2 weeks from these kids. If they have a minimum wage job and work 30 hours a week, that's $500 that they will not be able to make during the summer. Secondly, the earlier start date would also affect the extra activities during the summer. For example, I'm in the River Beach High School band, and our band camp is traditionally 2 weeks before the start of school. And 2 weeks before that, our band leadership, like myself, would come early to prepare. The proposed date of August the 9th, band camp would have to be pushed back to July 26th, and I would have to be there on the 12th of July. That gives me 4 weeks from the ending of this school year to do my summer work for my AP courses, to plan a family vacation, to go on a family reunion, to visit colleges, to do my summer dual enrollment courses, and wouldn't it be nice to hit the beach a time or two. Lastly, like many families, my family has a reunion, and it's always the 3rd week in July. However, as before mentioned, if this date gets changed, I will not be able to attend because band camp will be that weekend. Also, my family, like many others, take advantage of the Florida residence discounts offered by Disney and Universal Studios in August. This early start would also disrupt these plans and keep us from having a summer vacation. In closing, I feel the proposed early start date, if adopted, could negatively affect our local community, student summer activities, and family time. Also, the earlier start date would not provide a substantial improvement on FCAT scores, if that has anything to do with this. I don't know, it might. And that's all I have. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your patience during a recess. Okay, the first item on the discussion agenda is the instructional calendar. Mrs. McCauley, this is your item.
Well, I appreciate the time and the effort that the public has spent making sure board members knew how the discussion of the instructional calendar has elicited, fears and ways that it would affect their lives. We've heard from students about their extracurriculars. We've heard from the community about how it would affect their ability to have employment over the summer. I just wanted to make sure that we do our due diligence and as a board, letting our calendar committee know that we would be supportive of the options they looked into. In other words, it starts with the calendar committee, but the calendar committee might not have been aware of the option of starting early. So it is my hope that we examine all the implications for our students. I have spoken with 2 board members from Brevard, and they are a district that last year in May decided that what they wanted to do, that was what was best for their kids, is to have an early start date prior to, and we talk about an early start date, we're talking about a date before August 23rd. And I asked them, why did you do it? Was it controversial in your district? And those board members said that it was for their, not only their dual enrollment students, which I had assumed, but it was also good for their AP and IB students. And it was those parents that they heard very vocally from. And, it's a different community. We're Indian River County, and that's Brevard. But it was interesting to me that both of those board members felt that the discussion was being driven about their children's educational needs. And so I just want to make sure that our picture, the input we're getting is total, that these people that are willing to serve on the calendar committee are not looking to shape a calendar that's best for them personally. They are weighing a lot of different factors. What's best for the vast majority of our students. And it has been mentioned that any individual calendar will not be able to solve every child's needs, that individual families might need to customize their child's needs. If it be in an early summer program that takes place outside or inside of the state of Florida, or or a late camp program, meaning that you might have to have your child choose between starting school with their classmates or having to take additional time off. Sometimes family needs do that. But the discussion is just that, looking for all the input. What are the possible avenues that the calendar committee can pursue? And is there some and they're looking, I was at the last calendar committee, and they are at least looking into the idea of a compromise. Can we have an early start that also has the ability to have exams before the winter holidays? And that is something I personally would like to examine. Is that something that would benefit our students educationally? Is it something that is important to the quality of life? Just as your family vacation plans and the needs of summer camp for opportunities, is it important? Would it make our calendar, would it serve our students better to have a calendar that started early? And this is a question, and it's up to school board members, the calendar committee, and our community to help form those answers.